Hi, my name is Joanne Hamilton, and I'm supporting the Ansar Burney Trust because it really does focus on what needs to be accomplished in the Middle East. Ansar Burney actually began his journey in the 1970s. When he was a college student, he was jailed 3 different times by the Pakistani government for speaking out against the military government. If you really go and research what he's been able to accomplish in the last 20 or so years that he's been working, it really is amazing. One man has been able to accomplish so much. He doesn't just do one thing. He really helps in a variety of different areas. A lot of different people are helped by him. He works with the kidnapped children who were forced into being camel jockeys in the Middle East so that sheiks can gamble on the outcome of the camel races. And these boys are 2 to 4 years old being forced to ride these camels. He does women's rights, women that are put into arranged marriages and then have their husbands try to kill them because they want to keep the dowry but remarry, or the family of the wife thinks that they weren't good enough. So these women are killed in a variety of ways, and sometimes it doesn't work. So these women are just left permanently disfigured, and Ansar Burney takes them in and pays for all of their medical care, as well as the organ trafficking on the black market, where young people are killed and their organs harvested against their will, and their bodies are left to rot in surgical houses. These smugglers fool people into thinking they're buying legally gained organs when it's actually murder. You also have the sex slave trade, where these women are being promised jobs as nurses, as maids, as personal assistants in foreign countries, and so they take up these jobs that they find in the newspaper, only to find out when they get there that the people take their passports and force them into prostitution. And these things are horrible, so that's why I'm supporting it.
I chose to support the Ansar Burney Trust because he not only supports a wide variety of human rights issues, he also supports children's rights issues. And it really hit home because my little brother's 9, and I wouldn't want somebody to come to our family and tell us that they're going to educate him when they're telling a lie. They're kidnapping kids from their families, and they're making them be camel jockeys, and then if they die, they just throw them away like they're trash. They don't feed them, so they're underweight. They're malnourished. It's really bad.
The boys are often bought from desperate families in other Islamic countries such as Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sudan, and Sri Lanka. Some of these 40,000 children are kidnapped and smuggled back into the Persian Gulf countries by human traffickers working for wealthy sheikhs and princes. Once the boys are in the Arabian Peninsula, they are imprisoned in desert camps with the camels and their trainers. Life in the Uzba, or camp, is harsh. The kids have to wake up at 2 or 3 in the morning for training. If they don't get up right away, they're beaten with sticks. Serial offenders are hung by their wrists from chains. To keep their weight down, they are given only brackish water to drink and bread and biscuits to eat. If the children get too heavy, weights are tied to their backs and they're made to run under the desert sun. They are often sexually abused as well, according to Ansar Burney, a Pakistani human rights lawyer working to stop the child slave trade. Mr. Burney has set up safe houses to help rehabilitate child jockeys so that they may be repatriated and reunited with their families in their home countries. The problem is that none of the traffickers keep records of where these kids come from. And because the boys are so young when they're brought here, most don't remember who their parents are or their countries of origin. Nevertheless, at these centers for abused children, the boys are given an education their parents thought they would never need. How to sleep, how to take a bath, how to go to the toilet, it's all new for them.
Well, I think organ trafficking is a huge problem. What they're doing in the Middle East and countries in there is that they're taking people our age, and young people basically, and just cutting them open and taking organs such as the heart, the lungs, the kidneys, and they're trafficking them into Europe and into America and selling them into the black market. And I just think that's really unfair, because these people are just dying for no reason so that other people get to live. And what is shocking is that people who are receiving these organs think that that these organs are from people who died and they willingly donated their organs. But the truth of the matter is that these people are actually murdered for their organs, and that's just a catastrophe.
In 2000 2007, the Ansar Burney Trust ran on only $28,000. Ansar Burney and his helpers were able to free thousands of people and help young children and women. We're fighting in the wars for the Middle Eastern countries, but yet we don't know anything about them. In this way, we can actually help the people and not just the government.